Hey everyone, my name's Adam Archer, and today we're going to be taking a look at everything that I purchased while on the 127 yard sale last weekend. The 127 yard sale is the longest chain of yard sales going along Highway 127, and I'll be trying to show what I purchased in order, as well as telling you the prices. I am more of a collector rather than a reseller, but if you are a reseller, you may want to watch just to see some of the items that you may want to be on the lookout for. So I'll be going in order as well as telling you the prices. So at the first place, it was a group of yard sales, but I purchased 4 items from all the same dealer, and these are all case knives. So you have the Desert Prince down there in new condition, brand new, beautiful knife, very sharp tip on there. Also got these two. This one has stag handles. And this is the 1879 Bradford Centennial. Beautiful knife. Sheath is a little bit worn, but it is a older knife. And then here is another case knife, kind of like a skinning knife. And this is the model 366. As well as this one down here, which is a little lockback set. So you have the stone, oil, knife, and the leather sheath. And I picked all 4 of these up for a total of $115, which was just an amazing deal because multiple of these are $100 knives. So each of these 3 are worth probably $100 a piece. So just fantastic deal on there. You don't normally find case knives for that inexpensive at a yard sale. While I was still in that group of yard sales, I did pick up 2 patches. This is a US mail patch and then a Crosman airgun patch. And then let's see where I went next. So left that chain of yard sales, went to another area and picked up a miniature screw jack. This is the Simplex. I just thought that was really interesting. You have to, there's a little bowl on one side, so you don't want that to fly out. But there you go. Picked that up for only $3, and then a FedEx hat for, I think that was $1. I always heard you can't buy and sell US mail and FedEx items, so I picked those up just because I heard that you couldn't buy and sell them online. Now let's pick up the rest of the stuff, or a few more items that I picked up. Let's see. Next is actually was my favorite yard sale. I go to this person's yard sale every single year. Was all from one person. It was a bunch of camping gear. So I got 2 of these Pinnacle base set larges, and you can see it comes with 2 pots, a frying pan, a handle, and then 2 lids, as well as a cutting board. It was raining the entire time I was on the going to these yard sales, so the box on one of them just completely fell apart. This one didn't get as wet, so it's not as damaged. But I got there's 2 Pinnacle Base Camp Large, a single nest Eno hammock, and then an Eno lounge chair, all for $100, which again got some fantastic deals because these right now are on Amazon, or they sell on Amazon for like $150 a piece. The lounge chair is worth about $70. Hammock is probably worth $40, $45. So $300 worth of stuff for $100. And then after I picked this stuff up, I saw this little ceramic utility knife. I just thought that was a little bit neat, and they sold it to me for $1. But that's one that I've gone to every single year. I purchased tents from them. All different types of camping gear. I think the person that hosts the yard sale was maybe a Boy Scout leader And he got these things from some type of auction, a charity auction, and then just resells them at his yard sale. So next was one thing that some people will find neat, some people won't. A huge amount of knife magazines from the 80s. So this is just a few of them. There's Knife World, Blade Magazine, American Blade. But I have this is a 18-gallon container that's just full of these. So a few, maybe a couple hundred of these actual magazines, and then even more of these Knife World, like newspapers. But let's see if I can, let's bring some more up here and then show you the container that has even more. And then yeah, that's all of them. But got a couple of them, and all of the magazines cost me a total of $15. I really like this type or this style of magazine, especially being able to see all those old advertisements, what they used to sell, and all these were from about 81 to 89. So very old, and actually in great condition for the age. Just put these away. They do have a lot of dust on them because I think they were stored in a barn or something. But they were all bound with twine in groups of, I don't know how many were in each group, but yeah. Next is, let's see, the magazines, and then a Lodge carbon steel pan. It was an absolute downpour at that time, and they just had this sitting filled with water. So you can see there's a bit of rust in it. I'll clean it up probably after this video, but has the silicone handle on there. Had the sticker on there that I've removed now because it was wet, and that was only $5. I couldn't believe that they were only wanting $5 for the Lodge pan with a silicone handle. I think those go for like $45, $50 on Amazon. So crazy nice deal, especially since I love carbon steel pans. Next is something that I just think is neat, so I decided I wanted to pick them up, or I wanted to actively look for them. And those are these Kitchenware Visions. So it is glass stovetop pans and pots. These are both some pots and have a small lid on there. So pick these two up for $6 total. I thought that was a good deal. No chips or scratches on them. They are a bit dirty, but I just think it's really cool that you can just put it on top of the stove, boil water, you can see through the side of it. Just thought those were neat. And since you're at yard sales or flea markets, you can get them relatively inexpensively. I did want some larger ones, so actually right after I got them at that yard sale, I found these. The large frying pan and pot, both with lids. So you can see there. They had $5 listed on this one and $5 listed on that. And they sold me the pair for $8. So, pretty cool. I'll have to show some videos of boiling water in these. So I just think that's cool that they're stovetop. You can boil water, see it out the side. I don't know. You don't normally see glass stovetop stuff. You can buy it all the time on eBay, but since it's glass, it's going to be a little bit more expensive to ship or more difficult to ship, so you're going to be paying more on eBay than you would at a yard sale, but it's not high-priced items anyways. I picked up a couple knives from the same place, or a little bit farther down, but in the same group that I got the Kitchenware. It was a Spyderco Delica, a little bit dirty, as well as a Gerber Easy Out. Gerber Easy Out was $1, the Delica was $2. So couldn't pass up on that. Spyderco Delica is maybe a $40 knife. It's a little bit used, so maybe $35, but still in great condition. This is more something that I bought because I remembered them from my childhood. This is just a small bag of Beyblades and Beyblade parts. Paid $1 for it. The thing that I thought was interesting about these, they fall apart much easier than the old Beyblades that I played with as a kid, but I was actually looking around my basement and found that I still had the little stadium to use them in. So I'll spend maybe 10 minutes playing with these or looking at them, and then, I don't know. Not really worth anything to me, but thought it was fun to play with for a moment. Next is a MSR fuel bottle with the Marine Corps logo on there. One thing that I found after I had purchased, or after I'd gotten this, was it says property of U.S. government. So I thought that was a little bit funny. But this will be, I'll use it when camping, filling it up with denatured alcohol to run some of my fuel stoves on. And they actually gave me this for free. They originally said a dime that they wanted for it, and then they were like, we'll just give it to you for free. Which, I was thinking when they said a dime, I don't really want to have to deal with all that, like, with change, so I was just going to give them $1 for it. But they decided that they wanted to give it away. This is one thing that I actually regret buying. I have no clue why I bought it. I just thought it was neat at the time. The uncandle. So apparently you put some type of oil in it, a vegetable oil, and then the little wick floats, and it basically is not a candle. Well, it is a candle at the same time. I don't know. It was $2. I thought it was neat at the time, but I really have no idea why I purchased it. Also got a Lodge. Well, actually, it was the Lodge as well as this I purchased at the same time. This is just a Lodge cleaning kit with a silicone handle, brush, the spray, and a scraper. That was $5, and that will go great on my cast iron Lodge. And the handles normally cost like $12 or something on their own, so thought that was nice. And the seasoning spray is not expired either, so I'll be able to use that to re-season my pans. And then at that same yard sale, I got a, what is this called? A wireless barbecue thermometer. They said they couldn't figure out how to use it or if it works, so they sold it to me for $1. We'll see if it actually works. I have not tried it out yet. I did put a battery in. It does turn on, so we'll see. It has 5 of these probes, so who knows. The reviews on it I think seemed good, but couldn't go wrong for $1. And the last thing I got at the yard sales, of course I'll show you what I got at the antique show right after the yard sales, but the last thing at the yard sales was this Linder throwing knife set. This is just a set of 3 German throwing knives. I just thought those were rather cool. Wasn't able to find any information about them online, but I just thought they were an interesting item, and it goes well in my collection. And it does say made in Germany right on the sheath. The knives themselves don't have any printing or logos or stamps on them, but I would assume they are made in Germany as well. But who knows, they may have just made the sheath in Germany and the knives were made in China. Actually, I skipped one thing, didn't I? Yeah, because I was looking over here. These. These are one thing if you are a reseller to keep an eye out for. They are the Berkeley Power Bait Blade Dancers. I got, I think, 7 of them at a yard sale. Paid, let's see, I know they say 75 cents a piece, but I paid $5 for the set, so I saved 25 cents. But the amazing thing about these blade dancers, if you check them out on eBay, for some reason they sell like for 25 to like 30 bucks a piece. I have no idea why. Maybe they're just a fantastic bait that got discontinued or something, but when I see fishing baits or all that type of stuff at a yard sale or flea market, I always look for these now. And you may want to keep an eye out for them as well. Or let me know what you think about this type of fishing bait. Now, at the antique show, I'll show all this stuff that I bought there. And it was mostly knives. So first I picked up a little Imperial trick knife, which does need to be cleaned because the pin is not wanting to release very easily. But what you have to do with these, you turn it a certain way so that the pin falls out of this little hook so that it can be opened. So if you have it a certain way, it will not open. So you can see here, you can't pull it up unless you have it that certain way where it falls out, which I can't get it right now because that pin is not wanting to move. Oh well. Next is a little butter knife with a cool handle. Which I paid $10 a piece for these 2 things. Then an Edgeco pull cord, or since this one doesn't actually have a cord, maybe it's a pull ring, automatic. So you pull that, blade flies open, and then to close you actually pull the blade up, slide it in, and then pull this so that it grabs onto that tip of the blade. These used to be sold by Edgeco, and if you bought like a certain amount of knives, you get one of these for free. So they are not exactly a high-end knife, just wood handle, and they are, I believe, made in Mexico. There you go. And then the next 3 items I actually got all from the same dealer. One is basically a clone of a Microtech LCC, so it is a dual action knife. So you push on the bolster and the blade opens automatically. Fake, what is that called? Abalone handles. There you go. A little out the front from the 80s to early 90s. Little keychain on there. Oh, this I paid $30 for the Edgeco knife. And then, let's see, the 2 autos and the baton, I paid a total of $27 for. Let's see, yeah, it was 10, 12, and 5. And this, I have no clue why I wanted it. I've never owned a baton, but I thought for $10, can't go wrong. But yeah, saw that, wanted it, so I purchased it. Oh, anyways, that is everything that I purchased while on the 127 sale at an antique show. And then also, same day that I got back from that stuff, got this in the mail. It was one of the Cold Steel Tigers, just a karambit. I saw that it was on sale on Amazon for like $27 at the time, so I was like, hey, I'll just order it. It had like a month-long delivery date, so no clue why it was that long, but I thought it was neat. so I picked it up. Now that I think they're back up to about 40. Whew. So that's everything. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and have a great day. Bye.